Mike Straw has spoken. Now, if you don't know who he is a gaming insider, known for using his sources to give us insider information on stuff going on in the backgrounds of video games. He's responsible for the insider information we received about UFC 5 before it launched, where we got to see doctor stoppages and the new ground and pound system.
How's it going, guys? Mike here with an exclusive look at a short gameplay clip from UFC 5.
So he is definitely a credible source when it comes to this information, and he is also responsible for the insider information we got on EA possibly revisiting the Fight Night franchise.
Now this leads to Fight Night. Now if you're new here, you don't know that I've been covering the status of Fight Night, that it's been in the works for a few years now. The plan has been for a new Fight Night to come.
Now he has some updates for us on the future UFC game and the Fight Night remake, so let's see what he has to say. Starting with EA Sports, then the next 5 to 6 weeks are loaded. I'm taking that to mean that the amount of information and news that's about to drop from EA Sports games is going to be jam-packed in the next 5 to 6 weeks. Then we have someone says to him, "Hey Mike, just wondering if you have insight that UFC 6 will release this year. Always enjoy your scoops and intel." He responds, "EA has marketing ready to go. Not 100% on when they plan on it at the moment. They are particular about not cannibalizing their own sports titles, but it might be unavoidable." Someone says to him, "Is UFC 6 still a 2025 game or a 2026 game? And how is the current situation regarding the new Fight Night? Is a new EA boxing game still a thing? And when will they announce UFC 6 and a new Fight Night?" He says, "I'm of the understanding that it's still a 2025 release. I haven't been told anything to suggest it won't be, though I will ask." And then he says, "Fight Night, it's all quiet on that front." What has me concerned about this information is the fact that it's a 2025 release and not a 2026 release, because EA took 3 years to make UFC 5 from UFC 4, and look at the mess that game was, and look what we got. So it's hard for me to think that they can make massive improvements on the game in 2 years when they couldn't in 3 years. But fingers crossed, I'm hoping this is what they did. I'm thinking the reason why UFC was so bad because they gave us the okie doke and didn't even make a new game. We all know that UFC 5 is just UFC 4 with slight changes. So I'm hoping they gave us the okie doke so they could have people behind the scenes using the full 3 years they had to work on a completely different game. And then if you add that with the 2 years on top of the wait between UFC 5 and UFC 6, that's 5 years total. And in 5 years, you can make a completely new game and they can make an amazing new game. Because for me, the UFC 6 game needs to be a completely new game. In the same way that UFC 2 and UFC 3 are completely different games, that's what UFC 6 needs to be. I don't want anybody's skills or muscle memory or techniques to transfer over. I want everybody to have to relearn how to play this game. They need new striking mechanics, new striking animations, and most importantly, new footwork. Undisputed have raised the bar on what footwork should be on a video game. So from now on, I don't want any combat sports game to have footwork that isn't on par with Undisputed. And I have to say personally, the footwork in UFC 5 I believe is the worst of any combat sports game I've ever played. They walk slow, they glide, there's no dashing, there's no forward dash, back dash. So they need to completely rework the footwork system so that it has more of the nuances of real life. Then we have the sad news about there being no updates or information on an upcoming Fight Night game. That's not what you want to hear. The video he released was over 7 months ago, where he gave us the inside information on the upcoming game. That time from then till now, you would like there to be a little bit of news, a little bit of something, maybe some crumbs of information just to tell us the game is making progress and it's moving forwards, especially since it's not been officially announced. So right now it's all just murmurs and rumors. We haven't got anything definitive that we can sink our teeth into. Now, I don't particularly care if EA are making a new boxing game because I want a new Fight Night game. The reason why I care about this is so that there's competition in the field of combat sports boxing games. I don't like the way that Undisputed have conducted themselves, and I know for a fact, had they had competition, they would never have behaved like this. And I personally, if I had a choice, if I had any other game to play, I would stop playing because of how bad I think the game is right now and how they have conducted themselves as a company. I actually think it's pretty disgusting. They are doing much better now, but to go radio silent for 4 months and leave your game in that state, I think that's unforgivable for me, and that would be enough for me to just leave the game completely had I had something else to turn to. So that's all I've got for you guys today, but I just want to say before the end of the video, while I'm currently only making content on Undisputed, my channel is called A Clockwork Are in Combat and A Clockwork Are in Boxing for a reason. I also plan on making UFC content and any other combat sports game content when it is released. The only reason why I do not make UFC 5 content right now is because I think it's such a poor excuse for a game that I don't even want to give it the time or day or energy. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. Are you disappointed like me that there's no update on Fight Night? Do you even believe that it's going to be coming out? Are you excited about the new UFC game coming up, and what would you like to change in the game? What things do you think they need to make different? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content I got coming your way, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.